Fiji to play Kenya. Top on the tour so far. Fiji lead the series 26 wins to 1. And the most recent win of meeting was a 28-12 win for Fiji. Let's meet the two teams that will take part in this one. You see injury on the Kenyan side. They have lost 3 players to injury, and so they're only bringing a squad of 9 to this one against a fully fledged flying Fiji team. And they've been in excellent form with great try-scoring ability. In fact, the Fijians scored 6 tries against Samoa and 10 tries against Portugal. Andrew Amonde for Kenya and Osia Kolinisau for Fiji lead their teams out, even though Kolinisau is not in the starting lineup. And it's good to see Isaki Kotonembao back in the starting lineup. That's him, number 4 for Fiji, after injury late in Las Vegas last week. Some big personalities in this game. Savanatha Rawatha, the big flying try scorer. He has just won today. He'll be looking to build on that. Look at what he does in the 5 power. And set to go. See the slogan there, stronger than Winston. That's the battle cry of Fiji in the last couple of weeks. Winston, the cyclone that ruined so much of their country. That's the cry for recovery and struggle. And no doubt it's behind the performance of the Fijian team here today. Kenya, no doubt, also trying to stop that. The Kenyan team lost surprisingly to Samoa earlier today by 26-19. They kick off with Kenya in the red, Fiji in the white. I'm Keith Quinn, and with me a very proud Gareth Rees. Proud, no doubt, Gareth, of, well, we'll talk about your team perhaps. We'll concentrate on these two teams as we see straight away Isaki Kotonembao, this wonderful player, set up his friend and his teammate Jasa Veramalua. So welcome back the Iceman, number 4, and he's laid it off for Jasa, who's bolted in to continue his streak of scoring a try in every game today.
Well, Kotonembao picks up the loose ball here. Look at the big man off the right foot, rides 2 tackles, and then probably could have finished himself, but just offloads out the back door. Great stuff, pure brilliance, the Fijians in full flight.
Fijians, you notice, are still wearing a black armband. 3 weeks ago now, the country devastated by the massive Pacific cyclone, which killed over 50 people and destroyed thousands and homes and people, tens of thousands seeking shelter. But there are their flags waving proudly, and why not after super rugby like that?
And I have to say, there's amazing support here. We're in Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. There's a lot of Fijian community around here, but all the way up the coast, California, they've all come here to support their boys in white, and they're putting on a show for them thus far at the Canada Sevens.
Okay, let's see what Kenya can do in reply. That's Oscar Ayodi. They've got some lovely personalities to play in this game. We've got to mention the referee, Mike Adamson from Scotland. He's been a former player. I think he had about 40 tournaments. And look at what's happening here. Fantastic play. Colin Jinjira, who's also scored a try in each game today, is just pulled up short. Kenya coming back, coming into the game.
Lugonzo got the short ball and thought he might sneak in the corner. A couple of short grabs prevented Kenya from getting on the board. Look at this. When in doubt, grab the back of the shorts and hang on. But he takes a short pass here. And for a moment there before Ngutha saw him.
Number 4 with a beautiful name, Augustine Lugonzo. And here they go again. Here comes Andrew Amonde, the captain, tall and elegant and hard driving. Let's look at the referee now. Lost forward.
Yeah, he was trying to roll over and create some space for his support players. Just went forward from Amonde. But I fear the Kenyans, if they're going to play a physical game and a tight game, they're going to lose that battle to the Fijians. They're going to need to play with width here.
Come closer.
And what's a crucial game for them to stay alive in Pool A and get into that cup section of this tournament.
Bind. Set.
Boom, crash. They meet. A break for Jerry, 2 wide. Lovely run by Emosi Mulavoro. And there's another one for the Fijians, and the fans love it.
Look at this. Once the missed tackle, he thought he might need to offload, but he didn't. And he literally pins his ears back. Can't believe it. Who says there's no room for emotion in sport? He scores this try, salutes the homeland, and the message on his wrist, and they are in full flight enjoying this.
Fiji today beat Samoa 38-5. They beat Portugal by 62-0.
Keith, weren't they great scenes last week in Las Vegas? Obviously a big final against the Australians, but knowing what it meant not only for the rugby and the World Series points, but for their communities back home, and great scenes for them, and it's good to see them here again performing so brilliantly.
It started at the kickoff last week. Before the kickoff, in fact, when the national anthems played, the cameras panned along the faces and the tears were tumbling down the cheeks of the Fijian players, especially from number 5 Pio2Y. And look at the passing from Rawatha to 2Y. And there's Rawatha number 11, but it's been pinched on the Kenyan side. And so Amonde goes looking for space. Open country. Collins Injera, this beautiful man. Second all-time on the HSBC 7 Series. Collins Injera, the hits just keep on coming. He's gone up, look, he's gone up equal with Ben Gollings.
Well, Keith, he took the pass here, and he was deciding whether to go in or out, the pop pass over the top. And as he looked inside, there were 3 Fijian jerseys, so his decision was made for him. He took the outside track, and boy, did he finish. Collins Injera.
Number 1, late tackle, have a word.
That steely look. He knows where the try line is.
So there he is. His brothers in the team, Humphrey Kayangi, the kickers away. We're going to have a look at the graphic again, showing the tries scoring effort of Collins Injera, because that was number 2-2-1. And he's gone ahead of Ben Gollings. Hello, Ben, wherever you're watching, we know you will be. You've gone back to the bronze medal place, so we salute Ben Gollings. We also salute this man, Collins Injera, putting Kenya on the board here today. All of those other ones are in the history books. That were yesterday's tries. He's looking for more today here in Vancouver. Look at this great, crazy, beautiful, bouncing ball, running, passing rugby game.
That one knocked on by a Kenyan hand. But Keith, just so hard to defend against him. This was the step. The inside pass just knocked forward. It's so hard to defend, and this is quite an amazing statistic at how few rucks the Fijians are involved in. They're so wide with their wingspan, and they're so good at offloading the ball. They don't use players to win rucks. They just keep the ball alive.
Oh, this has gone loose, and Injera's got it again. Defense gets him this time. Hey, where did these minutes of the first half go? It only seems like seconds ago we had the kickoff.
Take it from the mark.
And now we've had, they've reached half
Get to your feet before you play the ball.
But there's a penalty on the play. The Fijian player was still on the ground when he knocked the ball into touch. So there will be one last chance. Referee Adamson says Kenya will have one last chance, even though the hooter is sounded. Let's see if they can get back into this. 12-5.
Okay, here they go. Number 3 is Oscar Uma, the brilliant Oscar Uma. Then is the relatively inexperienced Lugonzo. 5 meters out. There is Oscar. He's going to win one. Yes! Second try for the Oscar winner, Oscar Umo.
It was third try this weekend, but pure power. He had to rip out of the tackle, and he got it down. He backed himself from close. Spinning movement, ripping his arm down to get it down.
He's the guy that tackled Sonny Bill Williams at the Wellington tournament, and it, as they say in modern parlance, went viral. And there's the kick, a beautiful kick, and the game is tied up. Stay with us, we're going to see a thriller in the second half of this one. Kenya and Fiji locked up at the break. He's brought his captain on, subbed his captain on for the second half. So Osia Kolinisau is into the game.
Knock on offside.
Knock on offside.
That's a penalty. The red player was ahead of the knock on.
Kolinisau, number 7. Big collision there with the new man on, Nemani Nagusa. He's a monster wearing number 1. They'd have to change his shirt. And now it's with Rawatha. And straight away they go on to attack. The ball is tumbling loose. Rawatha grabs it again.
Get to your feet. Playing the ball on the ground.
That one went through the hands. It slipped. It's been raining in Vancouver, but the roof is closed. But it is quite humid down there on field. The stadium's packed. People have been partying. It's a nice atmosphere here. So that one just slipped through the fingers for a sure try for Fiji.
Started to ask you before the game started, Gareth, how proud you must be after day 1 of this tournament. Well, here's your chances. They just breathe and go to the line out.
Yeah, wonderful response from the Canadian public. Traditional rugby fans never thought they'd see this scene on Canadian soil, and new families, new groups coming to watch Sevens rugby, and what a show they're getting here. We're very proud, and we hope it's going to continue into a great finals day tomorrow.
Sure it will. 12 all. Running with the ball here is Andrew Amonde, this outstanding captain of Kenya, and now Oscar Ayodi. If you're following the rugby, these guys are so familiar, including this one. Oh, Collins and Jira, down he goes, and number 6, Mulivoro. He thought he had a chance to run away. Didn't realise he was out of the field of play.
Take it in front. You must take it behind.
I thought Injera was going to work on Gomez Cora to get another try.
You're like
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, hello to Ben Gollings. We've worked with Ben over the years, and here and there on commentary stints, and he's turned up to watch this game that he played so much a great part of, and his tally of tries is there for all time, but just passed today by Collins and Jira, and maybe there'll be one more look for number 11 in the red shirt. 11 all. Kenya desperate for a win here to force it into a discussion about points difference to see who goes through to the cup rounds. Rawatha with the ball. Shadowed by Injera, and a great tackle there by Lugonzo.
Release.
Not releasing the tackler is the penalty.
Mulivoro. Kolinisau puts his hands through first. Gets it there to Big Jassa. That's 2 for Veramalua.
Keith, I talked about the width, how hard they are to defend. They never get their hands tied up. That ball's always kept alive. When you've got big men like Veramalua running onto the ball, very, very difficult to stop.
Well, he scored a try in every game here today. I think it's 40 for the year, isn't it? But he's the top try scorer here. That's the 5, including a double here. He got a double earlier. So Jassa Veramalua continuing this wonderful form. There he is, Perry Baker tucked in behind his teammate Masavesi Dakawanga. is in third place. We haven't seen him come into the game yet. We might do so. He's going to wear number 3. He's such an interesting and courageous man as well. He's the guy that plays with one eye and pointing to the sideline. Will there be another sub coming on?
Is that player off in England? Yeah.
The pace is so frenetic. The referee and the sideline assistants have to keep a very stern check on who's on and who's not on. Remember, there was a little incident in Sydney when New Zealand for a few seconds had 8 players on the field, a bit naughty. And there's the very man I'm talking about, Masavesi Dakawanga, who scored a triple against Portugal. You can see he has an issue with his eyes, but he's made it to the top with slight disability, who would say. Not the way he's scoring tries.
Good lesson for my 5-year-old son. Playing with a rubber band can cost you, but he's done great things. His peripheral vision must be amazing, and a wonderful try score.
Bind.
Yes, it was a rubber band that took his sight from him a few years ago. Okay, number 4 is with it now, Augustine Lugonzo. He's had a good game. He's been in the game a lot. Amonde now trying to get through, and here they come. Kenya, mighty Kenya, chasing hard, but Samuel Oliech is in. The youngest in the squad at just 22. Fantastic try.
Well, this was a set move. They ran around, man around, and then he changed the angle. He challenged the Fijian defense, and then he challenged him with his pace once he was in behind him, and they couldn't catch him.
This kick now for the conversion is for the lead. So we're looking at Biko Adema. He's kicked 230 plus goals in his career. So, if you like, he knows how to do it. And that's the reason why. Right down the pipe, and Kenya are in the lead.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Samoa beat Kenya. Fiji, if they lose this, it'll really cause the calculators to come out and figure out through points difference who comes through, but we still have a minute and a half to go, Keith.
Kenya have only beaten Fiji once in all the years we've been coming to the 7 series since it began in 1999. And here's Gideone Talinga. Here is Mother Nathangi, and he's got it again. This is Gideone Talinga, and he's making little secret signals to his teammates. Sebuloni Mother Nathangi. Wide to Rawatha. Is there no end to the magic these teams can show us? Down goes Jerry Tuwai. Rawatha now. Tremendous play, and what a hit by the great Oscar Uma. Referee has stopped the game.
Number 3, never onside.
The referee saying he was never at the back foot of the ruck and never onside. Tough call at this stage.
Seconds to go in this one. Here's the calculation at the moment. If Kenya win, both teams go through. But it looks like Fiji with Gideone Talinga are going to have the last say, just as he did in Las Vegas with 2 brilliant tries. It's happening again for the young man, and Fiji are in the lead.
Again, intricate offloading, good inside support from Talinga, and much to delight of fellow pool members Samoa. Fiji will win this one, and Fiji and Samoa will go through to the cup round.
It's going to be cruel for Kenya. That's the end of the game. There's the young man who scored the clinching try. The kick is over. It's hard lines for Kenya. They are out of the cup round, but we'll see them tomorrow in the lower level finals. This one has been won by Kenya 24-19. This one's been won by Fiji 24-19.